Oyekunle Ayansola, a graduate of Interlink Polytechnic, built an eco-friendly generator so everyone can have steady power supply. His invention was spurred by the divorce between his parents 13 years ago and the economic hardship that followed afterwards. According to him, the challenges faced made him consider innovative ways to improve his life, impact his community, and end poverty.
I built the fuelless generator. It doesn't require fuel to function. It doesn't need engine oil just to function. It's eco-friendly. It's very easy to use as well. The maintenance is very low. So my plans is just for everyone to have an alternative power supply, because we all know what is going on, which is affecting many businesses. So I would like to mass produce it so everyone can have it at home. When there's 24/7 supply, at least life will be much more easier and no one will have to lose profits on its business. It all happened 13 years back. My mom and dad, they had issues then. Things have been very tough for me and my mom. So she had to call my daddy's elder brother. So the next thing, he asked me to come over. So I'm getting there. Coming from Lagos is not very easy. Even going to school, we had to trek miles just to get to school. No light to iron your clothes, even to watch movies and all. No, in fact, so no light, no everything. So my dad's elder brother is a civil servant, also a farmer. We helped him most of the time in the farms. Things were not very much more easy then. So all these things are becoming unbearable. It all happened 2010. So I was like, what do we do to counter this? We can't continue like this, like everywhere, no fuel. Even people that managed to home fuel, they trek miles just to get fuel, just to on gen for just like 1 hour. It wasn't easy. So I told my physics teacher, he was like, wow, it's possible if you have something to power your own alternator. I said, okay, fine. I went back home. After coming back from farm, I would research in the night. I started making research. I informed my dad's elder brother. So it was like, oh, it's a good idea, but he knows what is going on. There's no enough funds just to push the whole thing into existence. So after I finished with my WAEC, so I came back to Lagos. Things were still the way it was. So I had to feed the family, I had to like assist the family. So the next thing, so nothing, no job. And most of the times I tried to apply for a job, they're like, oh, sorry, you are too short for this. We like the way you speak, everything, but you are too short, so sorry. So I went back home. The next thing I was like, okay, please, sorry, person, please, I need to join you guys riding bike. So can you ride it? You are not very tall. I said, I'm gonna manage this. So I started, from there, I started riding the bikes. I'm earning enough to cater for the family, to assist my mom and my siblings. So I still managed to have some savings just to produce, to bring my dreams to reality of making electricity something that to be much as an alternative power supply for everyone to have, because the experience at Ibadan is not a easy one. I have to be sincere with you. Like, I don't know if you experience like you going to somewhere without watching the television or even having light to read. So it's not very much easy. So I have to like, okay, let me embark on these things. I still have a little savings for the inventions. If I should work in the morning, come back in the night, I still save some. Then the family, I say, okay, I can't continue. Let me get formal education. I seek for admission at Interlink Polytechnic. I was admitted in the year 2006. So I gained an admission. So I kept on, because I had to run a PT program. So I worked during the weeks. So weekends, I go to, I went for lecture. The first one I built was very big. It actually works, but it doesn't work for long. Like, it's very big. It makes so it's not okay. So after waiting much fund and all, I still have to try again. It takes me like 2 months again. I give it another shot. So that's each time I try it, I move closer. I do arrive at answers that do makes it much more easier. Like when I do it this way, the next time I'm going to build it is that too, because the first one was as big, it was very big, just to bring out just 900 watts. So since then, I've been researching on it, trying and fail. It was not an easy one because wasting funds and all from hard-earned money. If you have road bike, you know what I'm saying. So inside the rain and sun, so I have to give it the final shots. which was last year. That was by February 2022. So I gave it another shot. I started building. The size becomes more smaller. It becomes more smaller and more stronger. But this materials doesn't come easy. I have to sort from them from dump sites. Some I managed to get some because I couldn't get the required one. So I was just making use of the scrap materials I get around. So finally I arrived at one, so which is the 900 watts. I tested it with the bulb. It powers. I run it through other home appliances like the fan, the TV, and all. It powers everything up. I said, wow, I was very happy. Like, it's very challenging. After 15 attempts, it was not an easy one. It was not an easy one. All this idea came 13 years back. That was 2010. So I finally put it to works after saving enough money for the prototype. That was 5 years back. That was 6 years back. So since then, I started working. I approached many people just to assist me in this project. They say, oh, we can't help out, sorry. So I have to keep on driving this bike and all. So till I finally get to try this time. As it is, I can build from 1 kVA to 20 kVA that wouldn't consume fuel or maybe form of stress and all. And one thing about this then is that the maintenance is very, very low and it's very much more stronger. It runs 20 hours a day. I would advise that it should rest for like 2 hours a day. Then the next day, you keep on enjoying your electricity. So my plans is just for everyone to have an alternative power supply because we all know what is going on, which is affecting many businesses. I would like to mass produce it so everyone can have it at home. When there's 24/7 supply, at least life will be much more easier and no one will have to lose his profits on its business. I welcome more partners and more investors. As it is, I made them with scrap materials. It has to be made from required materials so it will make it more stronger and have a longer lifespan. Because as it is, it's very strong. It's strong, but you can't compare it because with the materials you just picked around, yes. So I need standard materials that will make it more strong. The output, because this one I did now is 900 kVA. With the same formula, I can produce any kVA to power company, banks, offices, and hotels and all. So I would like to welcome more investors, more sponsors, and if possible, I can be grant funds just to mass produce it. I will be very happy. Like I said, this one is a successful prototype, so it can last you at least a year. But if produced with standard materials, that has a lifespan of more than 5 years, no matter the kVA, no matter the watts. I've been receiving at least like 4 threats, life-threatening threats, like calling me with private number, just threatening me. The call came in last year, 2022, after I made the prototype. So because I posted it online, I said, this one I started, I'm not gonna stop. No matter what it takes, I'm not gonna stop. I studied computer science at Interlink Polytechnic. It was not even related to my to mechanical engineering field, but based on the fact that I have this dream when I was still in secondary school. So since then I've been developing it. I gained a lot, learned a lot, which also assisted me in the prototype.